Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about fear, failure, and faith. So I wanted to talk about fear, failure, and faith. And I've been watching a lot of different videos and hearing different people talk about just these fears and how these fears are holding them back. And I've heard a lot of inspirational videos and people saying that, you know, to push through and you can rise above it, you can overcome it, and all those things are great. But fear is such a huge thing that keeps us from being the best version of ourselves. Achieving our goals or our dreams, or even taking scary steps and making decisions of the unknown. And I think fear of not knowing what's coming, or fear of uncertainty, or fear of failure is probably a huge one. And we've heard a lot in the last few years about failing is not a bad thing. Like, we fail forward. How many times have you heard that phrase in the last 3 or 4 years? Fail forward, fail forward. And failure is the manure that allows things to grow. If we don't have a significant amount of failure to manure the soil, so to speak, then you're not going to have the kind of growth or success that you're seeing other people have. And it's not that you want to measure your success by other people's success either. There are a lot of traps involved with that. But I think fear can come in many different shapes and sizes and really grip us. I mean, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of not posting that video that you made because it doesn't look this, or it's not as good as that, or whatever it is. And what if nobody likes it? Or what if I get a whole bunch of hate comments and that type of thing? Or maybe not. What if people like it? What if people encourage you? What if you get more thumbs up than you get thumbs down? What about that? Then we could play the what if game all night. But we're not. But fear is such a paralyzing thing that keeps you stuck in a space. And even people that dream and have goals can sit stagnant, idly by in fear, and watch other people do the very thing that they want to do. I mean, Casey Neistat makes a good point. Do what you can't. And then don't let the people that are telling you you can't do it get in the way of those that are doing it. Something like that. But we've got to recognize fear for what it is. And I mentioned fear of failure, which is probably the biggest one. Fear of falling on our face, falling flat, fear of being ridiculed because we failed or whatnot. Ask any successful person if they've failed, and they will give you a laundry list of failures. I would be willing to bet that if you asked Peter McKinnon, or if you asked Casey Neistat, or if you asked any of these successful YouTubers that you're watching on this platform, that they too have had a whole series of failures that have led to their current level of success. So failure in and of itself is not a bad thing. And I'm sitting here talking about failure, and I have experienced some failure this week. Like, for example, we were out in Los Angeles, we were visiting my son, we were having some great family time, and I was filming a vlog, and my mic was failing. and I didn't realize it. All the footage was trash because it had all these cuts and dropouts in the microphone, and I couldn't use it, and it was really a drag. I had some failures in the broadcast this last weekend, and as I'm sitting realizing about these failures that I'm experiencing, I'm thinking about times in my life where I've grown the most, and it was right after I had experienced some big failures. And so I think when we reflect on that and we meditate on that, I know for me, as I was meditating on that and thinking, wow, there's some great growth that's about to happen because of the failure that I'm experiencing. That gets exciting. That helps you get motivated past the failure, realizing that growth is right around the corner. Which then leads to my third point, which was faith. It takes faith that growth is just around the corner, as you might experience some more failure right before you get there. That's where our faith has to come in, is that we might not see it. I mean, faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. And I think so many times we focus on what we can see. We focus on, I can see the subscribers, I can see the views, I can see the watch time. I don't see my channel being X or Y, or I don't see my career being X or Y, or I don't see that promotion coming, or I don't see a job opportunity where I can be creative. Those are things that will stop you if you don't push past. And Gary Vaynerchuk's a huge example in that. I am convinced that someday, at some point in the near future, he's going to buy the Jets. I know that's a goal that he has thrown out there, and there's no question in my mind that he will do that. Another example, Casey Neistat didn't hit 1 million subscribers. He was on the platform for 5 years. It took him 5 years to get to that point. So not everybody is going to get to that point in a year like Peter McKinnon. But I would venture to guess that Peter's had plenty of failure, but faithfully continued to press on and is experiencing the success that he's having now. So I want to encourage you, if you're fearful, take heart. Know that other people have been fearful and still taken that step. You can have courage in the face of fear. I mean, that's what courage is. If you didn't have fear to overcome, then courage wouldn't even be a thing. So take heart, be courageous, overcome that fear. And if you run in, let me rephrase, and when you run into failure, remember that failure is manure for the growth that's going to happen when you continue to pursue faithfully your goals and your dreams. So be faithful, carry on. Hopefully this video was helpful and inspiring on some level. If it was, consider hitting that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Mash that like button if you so choose, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime a new video drops. And until next time, cheers.